Welcome to Cinemagna. In today's video, we will showcase behind-the-scenes video of the 2022 American teen romantic drama film titled Hollywood Stargirl. Make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel to be notified when new videos are released. Hollywood Stargirl is an upcoming American teen romantic drama film directed by Julia Hart from a screenplay that she co-wrote with Jordan Horowitz. The film is a sequel to the 2020 film Stargirl, which was in turn based on Jerry Spinelli's novel of the same name. It is not an adaptation of the novel's sequel Love, Stargirl. Hollywood Stargirl is starring Elijah Richardson, Grace VanderWaal, Tyrel Jackson Williams, Judy Greer, Judd Hirsch, and Thurman. The story follows Stargirl and her mother Anna, who is hired as the costume designer on a movie, as they relocate to Los Angeles and meet new friends. The film is set to be released on Disney Plus on June 3, 2022. Without much further ado, please enjoy the Hollywood Stargirl behind-the-scenes video.
Is this gonna be a thing now? Just going from place to place? Cinnamon is the oldest friend I have. That's not normal, Mom. No offense, my mom.
Hey, big Mark.
Hey, can I help you? Yes, I'm here to see Anna Caraway. What?
Can we please use the piano?
This isn't right.
Hey, I know you're used to talking to anybody however you feel like it, but
It's gonna need some drums, bass, maybe some other percussion.
That's it. Slow down a little bit. Step. There you go. This is nice. This looks really, really nice. I'll show you after. Everything.
It's a little chaotic,
It is a little chaotic. A lot of movement.
but it's real. It's real.
It's natural. It is real. It's very naturalistic. There are a lot of good ideas in here. We just have to put them together. Yeah, that's all it is.
So, I buried the album, changed my name, and started producing. It turns out I was pretty good at it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
I want to thank my genius younger brother, Evan, for writing an amazing script, even though he's wearing a bib.
So let's hear a big Forte welcome. This is their first time performing together, so be nice. Let's hear it for Table 6 and the Shirley Temples. Let me hear it.
know, she's older, she's smarter, she's getting to know the world, but she's also like very innocent, and I think that you still see glimpses of her letting go and just like doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? And just like jumping out and dancing and singing and being Stargirl. I really love that Stargirl is given more dimension, emotional dimension in this film. You get to see her have a lot more different relationships with people, not just romantic. I think that he's genuinely interested in her words and what she has to say, which I really like for Stargirl, because I think because of who she is, you know, she's girly, but she's also, you know, quirky and has all these things to say. She's very susceptible to becoming just a spectacle to watch. So I love that for her. Stargirl genuinely dreams. Like, point blank period, genuinely, wholeheartely dreams, which I feel like is rare to see these days. Like people who literally just dream without any like, oh, well, then there's this and then there's that and I'm not good enough and this is why I can never do that. This is all the things I would do if I were a different person. Stargirl doesn't do that. She's just like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I wanna do. I think a lot of people get disappointed over the outcomes of things just because it wasn't exactly what they fantasized about or planned about, but I think that it's most important to just know that your dream can be absolutely whatever the universe makes it to be.
When I first read the script, I realized that Evan was like extremely passionate about, you know, making this movie or writing this movie. And I'm like, I'm an artist. I make music and I'm passionate about writing. So I thought like me and Evan had like a connection right then and there. As soon as I read the script, joyful, magical. There's endless words to describe Stargirl, but she's really indescribable. I feel like she's the heart of the movie that we're making. Like she's like the missing piece in everyone's life. Like everyone needs a Stargirl. I knew she was a singer, but I'm saying like she's like really good with music in general. Like playing the guitar, and she can like teach herself how to play the piano or anything. And I was like, dang, you know that's a gift. Like I was trying to tell her, you know that's a gift. Like I can't do that. I can't learn like that. But nah, like, she's super talented. Everyone that meets her falls in love with her immediately. Like at first, Mr. Mitchell was like kind of annoyed that, you know, we were talking from the window. He was trying to get some sleep, I guess. He was like kind of annoyed, but eventually he warmed up to her because Stargirl has like this energy that it's like, it's so welcoming. Let's say that, it's welcoming. Me and my brother, we were looking for people, like looking for Stargirl. We were looking for her specifically. We didn't know that we needed her until we found her. And I think they're gonna love the fact that we came from, you know, shooting on the iPhone to like getting more things, and it was just like, in creating our movie, making it come to life, making a dream a reality. I feel like that's gonna be the part that they love.
If I was to describe it in a few words, I'd say this is a story about family, a story about home, and a story about realizing one's dreams and making them a reality. He wants to be a director. He wants to make movies because he loves them and he loves what goes into making them. So he just decides with his younger brother, like, let's make a movie. You write it, I'll direct it, I'll work 2 jobs, save up a bunch of money, and then we'll do it. I have no clue what's gonna happen or how it's gonna turn out, but it might be great. He wholeheartedly, 100% believes that this movie is gonna be made and it's gonna be amazing. And that like Stargirl is the secret to it. And he's right, he's not wrong. He isn't naive and he isn't innocent. He just fully believes in himself and his brother and Stargirl and this beautiful thing that they're making. It's a good story about a bunch of people realizing that like their lives are better together and that they can have a crazy dream and realize it with enough help and enough friends and enough support. Like you can do anything you set your mind to.
My character's name is Anna, and I think that this is a time for Anna to like kind of explore her own story and figure out what her next chapter of her life is. And we learn in the movie that she had tried this once before, a long time ago, before she had Stargirl. She had tried to be in the movie business in Hollywood. And so this was, you know, a 17-year later dream of hers to see if she could do it again. When I have my first costume fitting on any job I do, I start to really learn who this person is. So my first costume fitting with Natalie O'Brien, our costume designer, I was like, oh, okay, I know who Anna is. Like, and I was excited for the fitting because I was like, costume designers like are always the best, like coolest looking ones on set. So I think we all remember like our first love, and each time when you're that age, when you're younger, and each time you fall in love, it gets like slightly more mature and slightly more mature. And so I think we see a more mature relationship than she had in the first Stargirl, you know, but there's still like, it's just really sweet anytime you watch two people like having their first young romance. You know, people love music and people love love stories and coming of age stories and fish out of water stories, which this is. But the story I sort of clung to was like about this young girl like always trying to leave things better than she found them.
Well, there's romance, and there's music, and there's dancing, and there's an incredibly eclectic, wonderful cast. I think it's quite magical what they're going for. Lots of things happen that are bad or challenging, and you know, you get through them, and you're still you, and that authentic you is going to come out beautifully. She's getting a healing from this girl. She's getting reminded about being free. She's getting reminded about having fun. She's seeing something beautiful and with hope, and that is and was her. You know, sometimes it gets masked or discouraged, or you feel put down or bad about yourself, but that doesn't mean that's your real self. Your real self is still that kid too, and I think that we see Roxanne feel that. I think that what I felt in the script is that they were looking for, you know, how does connection happen in which there is respect, permission, support, and inspiration. Like, I think that they were sort of looking to show that those are, you know, those are some elements that can be present when you fall in love with someone. So I think I felt that very much coming from Julia and Jordan.
When you have any close friends, you watch them go through highs and lows, and so you have a long-standing relationship. So theirs is like all relationships. When you watch somebody, not all times are great. So it's exciting for her, for Iggy to see Roxanne get back on stage again. I think it's just like how charming Grace is, like, is really gonna suck them in. I mean, it's just how crazy talented and charming Grace is, you know, and it looks gorgeous. I think it's just a real fun, family-friendly movie that you want to watch, like, that you can watch as a group, you know. Moms and dads can come for Judd Hirsch, Uma Thurman, Judy Greer out Madrigal, and your kids will watch an amazing performance by Grace.
Hollywood Stargirl is the story of Stargirl moving away from Micah, Arizona, where we left her, going on the road with her mother to Los Angeles, where her mother has a job making a movie. And there she falls in with some young filmmakers and starts to tell their own stories, all of them. We wanted to do a movie that was essentially an original story that had Stargirl at the center of it. We knew that we wanted the movie to be about Stargirl. Obviously, the first movie is about Stargirl, but very much about Leo as well. This movie, we wanted to be Stargirl's story. And we wanted to just create an entirely new world for her to exist in and see what would happen to her when we did that. The movie that they make is called Tell Your Story. And it's just about wanting to see yourself on camera and have your own story told. And I think Stargirl likes that idea and sees a lot of herself in these two young men and a lot of the things she aspires to do in them. And so she says yes, and they go about, trying to make their movie. There are all these little pieces scattered throughout the movie that, in some ways form a roadmap, and, hopefully will serve as an inspiration to younger people wanting to figure out how to tell their own stories. And also, we've showed it to people that have been doing this forever. And I hope people who already do tell stories see this and are reminded why they're telling stories in the first place.
Insinuation at the beginning was he never wanted to speak to me anymore anyway. I don't blame him. Something went wrong, and I blame myself. But in this movie, there's no explanation of that. The wonderful part about it is he comes back because I called him. And if I hadn't met her, of course, that part wouldn't have happened either. That's always the convincing part, is if the reason for writing the part and your part is legitimate, and when I say legitimate, it fits, has a real purpose, and I can play it, that's what to do. When we're innocent enough to tell the innocent story, it's so much more interesting. They become a very special, unique human being, which I think movies always try to show the uniqueness of the human beings they're talking about. Otherwise, the stories are kind of like, who cares, right? There's always something of a surprise about a human being that makes a story.
Hollywood Stargirl is about what it means to be a young person and realize that you have creativity and art in you that you want to get out and share, and finding the people that you get to do that with, and hopefully they end up also being your friends. So it's about finding your community of artists that you get to make things with. Grace VanderWaal, who plays Stargirl, was 14 in the first film, and then by the time we were writing this, she was 17. And so we also wanted to honor the ways in which Grace had grown up and changed and matured as a person, as an artist, and have that reflected in Stargirl's growth as well. I can't imagine more perfect actors to play those brothers. And the most special part about it was that didn't just show up on camera, like for us to be lucky, like watching Grace and Elijah and TJ actually become that trio and hang out off set and like develop that bond for real, and then to watch that show up on the day when we were shooting was just like such a gift. It was so cool to have these like iconic Hollywood actors like Judy Greer and Uma Thurman and Judd Hirsch with all these newcomers, all these kids, and to have all these kids get to develop relationships with these actors and also watch these actors work as hard as they were working, like all of those actors on set every day, knowing all the lines, doing all the things, like putting in all the work, putting in all the effort was just really special. For me as a director and former high school teacher, like I was so happy that these kids got to see like this is what happens if you keep putting in the work and you keep being a good person and you keep being kind and respectful to the people you're working with.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.